when I thought about making a film, it was in my, after I finished my first year of art school in Hamburg. And then I met my producer, Hans Bruch, and the editor, Felix Leitner, who were also studying but at Vienna. And they told me, we saw a theater play, which I did with a friend of mine, Leonie Jenning, and they said, have you ever thought of really trying it with film? And then I said, yeah, why not? And then I pitched them an idea. And since I do theater, I never thought about short film, because in theater you don't have this option. The theater is interesting because its history is that it's from East Berlin, and it's a working theater, so really working people put their money together to build up a theater before Second World War to build their own theater, and this spirit is still there, I think, and it's special in a way, or it's unique in its way of acting style, which maybe is also a bit similar to my way of working with actors, that it has no psychological approach. It's really about materialistic play. It's not at all like Stanislavski style. It's way more it's the belief, like Bertolt Brecht, that a gesture or doing something produces a feeling. You don't have to think about something and then you cry, but in doing something will happen. It's really that's when you touch somebody, you don't have to think about something, but rather something happens. And when you kiss somebody, something will happen. That's why people actually fall in love quite often when they play a love couple or something. It's more about what actually happens. It's really funny to speak about it, because now later I can speak about it, and also in a theoretic approach, but the reality is I was 22 and I did not think about these things. I just did what suited me and what I was interested in without thinking about how people receive it. But there's this theory of Brecht, which is theater without audience, and it claims that, or it speaks about the wish that the actor should play not for somebody else, but rather find something within it which entertains themselves, and you have to search for something which serves you in a way. And that has maybe similarities to my work, because I never thought about audience. It was really somehow theater without audience, because it was a bit like theater but without audience. And since I wasn't really well informed about film, I was also a bit scared of it, and I never looked through the camera. I just worked with the actors, and later when I saw the material, which was a lot of material because we improvised a lot, I understood that film is structured through images, constellations, and it's really a subjective view. But when I did it, it was not about my view, it was about doing something collective. And later I had this material and was okay, what is interesting actually to me of all of this? So yeah. I mean, I asked them to if they were interested in topics of love and reproduction and heteronormative love, and then we spoke about a lot of things, and they spoke a lot about their relationship with that. And then I had a lot of books I read and music and stuff, and I just always did what I was interested in or we were interested in. And because there was also no money, I did not pay anybody. There was like nothing. We were happy when we had like literally like enough food for everybody every day. So we really had this situations that we are like, oh, it's not interesting anymore for us. And then we stopped shooting and thought about something new. And seeing that now in the film is for me sometimes painful, because I feel like, what a mess. But also it has a red like line, because the red line is that we really always did what popped up in our mind next, and we really just followed, sounds so stupid, but really our heart and our mind, and felt not, how do you say it in English, we never felt like we have to do something, or we have this film and we have to fulfill our own plan. So I also feel like it wasn't brave at all making the film, but I'm surprised that people showed the film. I find that way more brave than doing the film, actually. No. Honestly, when I did the film, I really had the wish and the urge to do a very classic film, actually. I thought I'd do a very classic film, and then I was surprised by what just came out of this process, because I did not want it to be like this. It just ended up being. Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of time this feedback of that people tell me that the people in my film are over the top and very they always ask me about after they divide into professional and non-professional acting, and they are always very precise about that they want to know who's professional and who's non-professional. But I'm like, don't they all do the same work? So but it's a lot about, and also about the expression. And I feel like in Germany and in Austria, people are very strict about that facial expression and emotion should serve a storyline. And if they do something more than that, something even only for them, which is not only working in a way, they get angry. He knew how to organize material, how to work with digital, with mini DV. So he was there and he organized everything while we were there. So he took all the material, he structured, he put it in his folders, and I had the option to look at the things. Sometimes I did it, often I did not do, because some scenes I shot quite often, but most of them I just carried on. We shot so much because I did not know anything, and what I also did not know was how much you shoot a day. I was like, do you shoot one scene? Do you shoot 5 scenes? And I had to find that out for myself, how much do I want to shoot. So at the end there was a lot of material, and we watched it together. And then I went always to Vienna, to Austria, for a lot of 3 years. I worked in the theater as actor. I worked to earn money. Then I went for 1 month to him, and I lived at his place with him and his girlfriend. And then we worked every day, and we didn't know each other before. And I'm so happy that we like each other, because it wouldn't have been a total disaster if it would have been different. And for me, editing is like writing for dyslexic people.